Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we are going to talk about another very important topic for SVG, that is filter. So in this session, we will discuss how we can define a filter, what all type of filters we can apply or effect we can apply to a graphic shape. These all things we are going to discuss in this particular session. But before we start the discussion, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released sessions first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be very easy for you to understand the ongoing topic. Because for time being, we are just mainly focusing on the filter part. But prior to that, you should know what is SVG, why do we use SVG, how we can draw different kind of graphics on SVG or shapes on SVG. Clear? Fine. Now let's look at the code. Here if I talk about the code, so code is straightforward. Here you can see we have one title in the head section, and then we have heading in the HTML heading in the body section. Now what we wanted to do here, we wanted to draw a rectangle with some special effect. Okay, so for those effects we will use the filter. Okay, so what we will do, we will simply draw one rectangle. On that rectangle we will apply the filter. Now these are the effects of filter effect that we can apply to any graphic. So you can see here there are multiple filters I have noted down along with their description. Okay, so just because of the less of time, we will not covering all these filters. I'll just show you one or two example, and then later on like you can explore all these by looking at the description. Clear? So let's start the discussion. And here firstly we will I'll show you the output of this code. So it is coming like this: HTML by Sharmit. Now we will put the heading over here. In heading we will mention filters in SVG. Okay, now after this what we will do, we will simply draw one SVG. So let's see the subheading also, filters in SVG. Fine. Now we will add the SVG to draw the graphics. Okay, because to draw anything we need a graphic, right? To draw anything we need a SVG. So here I'll put SVG, then we will put the we can simply put the height, width and filter. So let's put the height first. Height would be 500 pixel. Then we will set the width. Width would be 1000 pixel. Then we will put style for border, and here we will write border 5px 5 pixels solid black. Now you can save it and refresh it. So once you refresh it, okay, something is wrong. Maybe we have put anything wrong here. Let me rewrite it. Style border 5px solid black. Save it, refresh it. Perfect. Now you can see one SVG has been added on the screen. Now on this SVG we will draw some shapes, and before that we will define the filter, and to define the filter we will use the defs element or def tag. Okay, so to draw any filter or to define any filter we use def. Defs is a short form of definition. So let's use it here. So here I will write defs, and here in let's put comment also so that you can easily understand what we are doing here. So here I'll write define the filter. Okay, so now firstly we will define the filter. So to define the filter we will use here defs, and in defs we will write like simply we will put here filter. In filter we will put id equal shadow blur. Okay, so this is the id which we are providing here. Then we are supposed to pass the position of x and y. So we will put here x equals to 0, y equals to 0. Okay, and then the width. So in width we will put width equals to 100%. Okay, then we will put the height. Height would be also 100%. and after height width we are ready with this thing. So it's time to expand it, and now we will define one filter or effect. So for that, let me put one comment first. Here we will write add a shadow using feDropShadow. Okay, so from where we got this information, you can simply see here we have mentioned everything, all the filters that we can apply, right? So from here, like you can simply see Gaussian blur is there, right? So likewise, you have to just select what is your requirement, and as per your requirement you can select the top, the value from here, and it will also give you the, like for drop shadow, you can see creates a drop shadow of the graphic. Flood fills the filter sub-region with the color and opacity defined by the flood color and flood opacity attribute. So likewise, you have to try and use it, right? So let's use feDrop here. So I'll write feDropShadow. Here we will put feDropShadow, and here the value would be dx would be 5. We will put dy and standard deviation, std deviation. Okay, in the standard deviation we will put 4. So what basically we are doing here, we are just creating one drop shadow, and for each type of filter, like there are some possible attributes that you can try to figure out, because because we don't have that much of time to discuss each and every attribute in a single session. So that's why I'm just showing you one example, but you can follow the same steps for other as well. Okay, so in feDropShadow we have put the standard deviation value. Now it's time to use flood color. So for that you can write flood hyphen color and equal here we will put simply RGBA 0, 0, 0, 0.5. okay, and then you can simply save it. But at the moment, like, you will not be able to see anything on the screen because we have not applied this filter yet. Okay, but to apply the filter, let's add another effect, because I want to add a blur here. So add a blur effect using feGaussian EAUSSIAN blur, feGaussian blur. Okay, so here, like we just saw here, to apply blurs the graphic. So basically it is used for blurring the graphic. So here we will write feGaussian blur. This is the element name, and here we will put the std deviation. Std deviation equals to 3. Okay, and then we are good to save it. And after this defs, we will put the actual we will apply these filter. So here we will write apply the filter to a rectangle. Okay, so now it's time to apply it to rectangle, and we know how to draw rectangle. If you don't know, you can refer the previous session, because there we have discussed it in detail, right? So this is the complete series in a sequential way, so you can just simply follow it. Here I put the value of x and y, then we will put the width would be 200. Likewise we will put height height would be also 200, not 200, let's keep it as 100. Then we will apply the fill for the rectangle, which would be blue. Then we will apply the filter. So to apply the filter, you are supposed to pass URL, and here we will put hash shadow blur, and here we will write SHADOW hyphen blur. That's it. So now you can save it and refresh it. So once you refresh it, you will see that one shape has been added, and there is a slight blur effect, right? If you want to increase this blur effect, you can change the value of standard deviation for feGaussian blur to 30, and now you can see it is changed to 30. Clear? So this is how we are supposed to add the special effect to a graphic using filter. So like Now there are many other things that we can apply, like FE image, FE merge, FE diffusion line, right? So the lightning, there are many things. FE blend, in case of FE blend, it combines the graphic by together by certain blending method. In case of FE color matrix, it changes the color based on the transformation metric. So likewise there are many things, but overall I have shared the process to use it. So you just need to use defs keyword to define the filter, and then you can apply the different effect as per your need, and you can use multiple effect for a graphic. Okay, that's not an issue. So yeah, that's all for today. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.